You hit $1 million in your 401k. You take a screenshot. You feel for the first time in 20 years like you might actually be okay. Then you do the real math, and the number that lands in your checking account in year one of retirement is closer to $21,000, not 40. 21. That's $1,750 a month for everything. The $1 million 401k is the most quoted retirement number in America. It's on every spreadsheet, every benchmark, every Are You on Track calculator. So let's run the actual numbers on what it produces. $1 million at the standard 4% rule gives you $40,000 a year. That's the headline. But $40,000 is the gross number. Three things happen between the brokerage account and your bank account that nobody puts in the headline: taxes, healthcare, and the slow grind of inflation. I call them the three subtractions. Each one is small on its own. Together, they cut the number in half, and by the time you're in year 15 of retirement, they cut it in half again. Here's the math, line by line. Start with $1 million. Apply the 4% rule. You withdraw $40,000 in year one. Subtraction 1. Taxes. A traditional 401k is pre-tax money. Every dollar you pull out is taxed as ordinary income. For a married couple over 65 with no other income, the 2026 federal brackets put you mostly in the 12% range. After the standard deduction and the over 65 deduction, your effective federal tax on that $40,000 is roughly 15%. That's $6,000 gone to the IRS. You're now at $34,000. Subtraction 2. Healthcare. Fidelity's 2025 estimate puts year one healthcare costs for a 65-year-old couple at $12,850. That's Medicare premiums. Part B. Part D. Deductibles. Out-of-pocket prescriptions. It does not include long-term care. It does not include dental. It does not include vision. Subtract that from the 34. You're at $21,150. That's the real number. $21,000 a year is $1,750 a month. For housing, food, transportation, utilities, property taxes, home repairs, auto insurance, gas, clothes, travel, gifts for grandkids, everything that isn't taxes or doctors. That's not enough. That's the answer the headline never gave you. Subtraction 3. Inflation. Here's where it gets worse. The $40,000 you withdraw in year one is your peak. Inflation runs at roughly 3% a year on average. In 25 years, 3% compounded means your $40,000 has the buying power of about $20,000 in today's dollars. Same balance, same withdrawal, half the groceries. It's not that you saved wrong, it's that the headline number was always a snapshot. Retirement is a 30-year movie. Now let's run 3 versions of how this plays out. Same starting balance, same 3 subtractions, different outcomes. Scenario 1. Best case. Markets cooperate. Your portfolio grows faster than you withdraw. Social Security adds another $36,000 a year for a married couple. Suddenly, your real spending power is $60,000 combined, with healthcare and taxes covered. The house is paid off. The kids are launched. 60 grand on a paid-off house in a low cost of living state is comfortable. Not luxury. Comfortable. The $1 million 401k becomes the supplement, not the foundation. Social Security carries the floor. This works. Scenario 2. Worst case. Markets drop in your first 3 years of retirement. You're forced to sell shares at a loss to fund withdrawals. That's called sequence of returns risk. It's the single most dangerous thing that can happen to a retiree. At a health event, a spouse needs assisted living. That's $8,000 a month, $50,000 a year if you're lucky. More if you're not. Long-term care is not in Fidelity's number. By year 10, your million is half gone. By year 15, you're back working part-time at 68. Or you're moving in with your kids. The math doesn't care that you saved your whole life. Scenario 3. Most likely. Average markets, average healthcare. No catastrophes. You take your $40,000 a year. You pair it with Social Security. You live on roughly 55 to 60,000 combined. You watch your purchasing power slowly erode as you age. By 80, your real spending power is about 40,000 in today's dollars. By 85, it's 35. You're fine. You're not free. The million didn't fail you. It just delivered exactly what the math said it would deliver, which was less than the headline promised. Same number, 3 different lives. The variable isn't how much you saved, it's everything around the number. Here's the part nobody talks about. The $1 million target wasn't wrong. It was set in the 1990s when healthcare cost less, life expectancy was shorter, and inflation had just been crushed by Volcker. The number worked then. In 2026, 3 things changed. Morningstar dropped the safe withdrawal rate from 4% to 3.9% in its latest report. That's not a rounding error. That's the most respected research firm in retirement income saying the old rule no longer holds. Fidelity's healthcare estimate climbed 4% in a single year. And the Northwestern Mutual study found Americans now believe a comfortable retirement requires $1.46 million. 5 years ago, that same survey said 950,000. The goalposts moved. Nobody updated the highlight reel. You are not behind. The system shifted while you were focused on hitting the old number. If you're 45 today and saving toward retirement, the real target is not $1 million. It's closer to $2 million, indexed to your spending, with a paid-off house and Social Security still functioning. If you're already at $1 million and feeling done, you're not done. You're at first base. 3 things to remember. 1. The $1 million number is gross, not net. Subtract taxes, subtract healthcare, subtract inflation. The real number is roughly half. 2. Social Security is not the supplement, it's the foundation. The 401k is the cushion on top. 3. The target moves. Rerun your math every 5 years. Tonight, before you go to bed, do this. Pull up your 401k balance. Multiply it by 0.039. Subtract 20% for taxes. Subtract $12,000 for first-year healthcare. Whatever's left is your real annual spending power if you retire today. That's your number, not the balance. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more simple explanations.